Feed the beast. Yeah, feed the ducks. Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG community server playing Feed the Beast Beyond. And I'm hanging out here. I was flying around and seeing some spots and found this cool tower, and I thought I would talk a little bit today about stuff not to do. Now, the FTOG Community Beyond server is a community server in which there's all sorts of people playing on here, and multiplayer servers are lots of fun. Everybody loves to play on them because you get to interact with people, but there can be some problems. And so today we're going to talk about some problems that can happen with multiplayer servers. Now, one of the problems that can happen is PvP. Now, the general good rule of thumb is you don't PvP without permission. Now, I've been on servers where PvP was the rule. Any place but spawn, you could attack anybody for any reason. Now, on this server, PvP, you need permission first from people. But, I don't care. Oh. Yep, I found somebody. I think he's AFK, so, let's see. Oh. Too slow, too slow. I wonder if I can break a gravestone that's not in my... Oh, I can. Cool. I just got me a bunch of cool stuff. Bye. Well, I'm here in the Nether, and I came across some cobble here, and that means somebody's got a Nether portal probably hiding in here so that ghast don't attack them. And so I'm going to try out another thing not to do in the Nether. Well, Nether portals. Let's hop on down here and jump through the portal. There it is. Alrighty. So we'll just wait for the swirly, and wait for the other side. Oh, here we go. And oh, somebody has put a set of fences around the portal. Yeah, this is a problem. Okay, it's great to stop the pigmen from wandering around your base, but if you're a player like me, I'm stuck. Oh, hey. See, I technically don't have permissions in this area to get through, and even if it thinks I've glitched through, nope, I can't. And I'm stuck in here. So what do? Well, I could slash home. Oh, wait. I can't slash home because I can't bring up the chat. The only thing I can do at this point is to log out and maybe call for whoever's base this is to let me out. This is a bad deal. You shouldn't put these gates right around your Nether portal because you have locked people in. So, Desi, can you come let me out? Please help.
Yeah,
I'm stuck. Yay! Thank you very much. So yeah, that's definitely not what you want. Now, let's talk about overflows. This here is a very simple little mob farm. I love mob farms. You love mob farms. Everybody loves mob farms because there's all that good XP and items flowing out of the mob farms. That's good resources. We love that stuff. It's fantastic. Here, let's spin around and take a quick look at this. And yes, I'm in a single-player world because I don't want to toast the server when I'm doing this. So, very simple. It's just a single chunk. Hit it with a drop of evil so it's all cursed earth in there, and then we got vector plates to bring everybody here where the mob grinders are chewing people down. They're fully powered up, so all the upgrades are on there, so that's going like gangbusters. And we also have some ender tethers up here at the top just to keep the endermen from teleporting away. Well, when they teleport away, they get pulled right back. And then one other thing, because these guys are a little bit taller, I put some punchy sticks there. Now, I could have done this with double the grinders there, and that would have worked too, but this is just a quick example. But if we take a look down below, you see all this stuff streaming out of here. And if we take a quick F3 and take a look, there's about 20 to 30 to 40 entities. It's not a great huge amount, but let's drop down here on Kerthunk. And yeah, we got a little spillage here, which is not good. But this little setup here is processing the items. So what we've got is this row of Rosa Arcana from that's from Botania. They are all linked to these Gaia spreaders with upgrades. They've got lenses for potency and velocity, so they spew really fast. In fact, if we take a quick look, yeah, they're processing this stuff really fast. And if you stand here and you've got XP, your XP gets sucked up too. These pools, in the very short amount of time I've been playing with this, they're half full, and I've got some void upgrades underneath, so that once these are full, they'll keep pushing in the mana and deleting the excess. Now back here, I happen to have some trash cans with some ender hoppers, and the ender hoppers take anything that's 4 squares away and sucks them into whatever the container that they're against, which happens to be these trash cans. So all the items we're seeing here as they come flying down, those are getting voided really fast. So now that we're down here, let's take a quick look. We're down to maybe 20-30 items. If you take a look up here, I can't. Up in the top left corner, if you look at the E line, you can see the sparkling number of entities here. So the entities and everything's being processed, but what happens if, say, my XP factory or processing goes away? What? No, I don't want to click on that. I want to click that. What happens if my XP goes away? And why am I breaking the coarse dirt? Don't break the coarse dirt. I just want to break the flowers. And yeah, at this point, I'm continuing to break the coarse dirt. Now the XP is not getting processed. The items are doing just fine, but let's suppose my XP processor has overflowed and I'm no longer able to store the XP. Well, we're up to 100 entities. It doesn't take very much before the frames just die. So I'm running at about 50 frames. Oops, now it's dropping down to the 40s. About 500 entities, and I'm down to 1 frame. And you can just continually see those, my FPS is dropping and dropping and dropping because I've got more and more and more of these XP orbs sitting here. That's a problem. Whatever you do, here, let's take care of this. Whatever you do, do not let your stuff overflow. Because when that happens, you will cause all sorts of hurt on the server. Now, it's very, very possible. Here, let's come over here, and I'm going to dump these things off of my inventory, because, you know, there's gobs and gobs of stuff. Let's see. Holy cow. I grabbed lots and lots of stuff, and I would love to be able to shift Q and drop these things out, and it doesn't work. But I can't drop it that way because they disappear. So at this point, I'm just dropping off a bunch of junk I don't need, lots and lots and lots of items. One of the things that the people might be able to do here is run a command to kill all items. So look right there, all gone. Doesn't do anything to the XP orbs. And if the admins see you are spilling XP orbs because that command doesn't work that way, that's a problem. They will have bad words to say to you about that. So, overflow. Don't do that. Take your stuff, make sure you have void upgrades on your storage drawers or whatever you have, so that if your storage fills up, you void the excess. If you're getting experience, have something there that will void the excess. Have something, maybe even 2 or 3 different somethings, that will take care of too much stuff. Otherwise, the admins will come and beat you on the head. Hey, does somebody have some iron? I only need like 30 stacks of iron blocks.
Nope.
How about diamonds? I could use, you know, I'm building a base out of diamonds, and I would like, maybe 10, 20,000 blocks of diamonds. Is that, somebody got some of that?
Nope.
How about nether stars? Because I don't have to build it out of diamonds. I could build it out of nether star blocks. So, you know,
I usually start ignoring people when they start begging for stuff.
Oh. And that's why you shouldn't beg on the server, right? Yeah, we shouldn't beg on a server. The whole purpose of the game of Minecraft is to go out and get stuff and make stuff. So go out and get stuff and make stuff. Now, is it okay? Would you mind if I say, I need a stack of iron blocks. I will trade you, half a stack of diamond blocks. How's that sound?
I don't need diamond blocks. Do you have emeralds?
Okay, yeah, I'll give you how does half a stack of emerald blocks for a stack of iron blocks work?
It's a deal.
That's better. And now, let's talk about too much stuff. Okay, yeah, Minecraft is all about getting stuff and then making stuff, but when you're on a public server where there's lots of other people playing, there is such a thing as too much stuff. Let's say you've gone out and you've done a little exploring in the nether and you found a blaze spawner and you hit it with a little drop of evil so that you can take it back. Okay, that's too many. That's way too many blaze spawners. There's no reason why you need that many blaze spawners. You probably don't even need 2. 1, because you can upgrade it and you've got plenty and plenty and plenty. So, why are you getting 4, 5, 10, 12, 15? You don't need it. And other people could use it. Also, speaking about too much stuff, let's come over here to a very modest little Botania setup. We've got munch dews there going away. Those are the thermal lilies chewing up the lava. They're having a break right now. We've got cake eating kickamuses just going gangbusters here, and here's some endoflames. They're just chewing up the blaze cubes, whatever, and they're all pumping up stuff into these mana pools because I've got to have all the mana. No, I don't. There really isn't a need, especially on a server, to have this much crap, because each one of these sparks that you're seeing here, they're all causing tick. This is causing a lot of tick. That's causing a lot of tick. Those guys are causing a lot of tick. Plus, you're going through cakes that fast. You're going to have to make those cakes. Well, you're going to have some automation set up to make those cakes, and you're going to have chicken farms and cows, and you're going to have lots and lots of stuff to make that happen. Looking at this, cake, definitely the way to go. Just look at that mana flying out through there. But no, this is too friggin' big. There's too much stuff here. That's the wrong way to play when you're on a server. Now, I'm here in Void World. This is a single player. This is fine. Nobody else is suffering. That's just great. Too much stuff. And speaking of too much stuff, who doesn't want to have 9 quantum quarries with 4 tier 4 ore miners and resource miners going on? Everybody needs all this stuff. Everybody. Why don't we all make this? Why don't we make twice as many of these? And where would we put all this stuff? Well, of course, we're going to put it into a nice ME system. We've got plenty of drive space here. We've got plenty of crafting abilities. Yes, I need this, and you need this, and the guy down the street, he needs it. Everybody needs all this stuff. No, nobody needs all this stuff. You don't need all these things not on a server. No, that's too much stuff. That's just way too much stuff. Why? You don't need it. You're never going to use all this stuff. There's no sense in making all this stuff. There's just no sense. No sense. Don't do it. Just bring it all up. Bring it up. Bring it. You don't need it. Now, one of the nice things about being on a server is being able to claim land and say, this land's going to be mine, and, this land over here is going to be mine. In fact, I think I'm going to just grab all this land. This looks like a really good biome here. Yep. There we go.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh,
I believe that is around my base there.
I don't care.
Well, I kind of do.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing. You shouldn't enclose somebody. So, Wild Rascal's got this area here, and I just completely surrounded him with my claim chunks. That's bad. you shouldn't do that at all. In fact, you shouldn't even be building right next to somebody unless you've got some express permission from them. Because, hey, we've got an entire Minecraft world to build. I should at least be several blocks away if I'm going to be close, just so that there's some difference between us, some distance between us, because that's a 2x2. Are you thinking about making bigger area here?
Well, hopefully someday I might expand out, but I don't want to have to go through your base to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly the issue. Building right around him, I've just hedged him in and blocked his growth, and that's bad. So don't do it.
Please don't do it.
And now let's talk about taking people's stuff. Don't do it. It's bad. You'll go to hell. But if you've got claims set up right on a multiplayer server, that should prevent people from walking up and clicking on chests and taking stuff. But it's still possible to take stuff if there's a Botania area about. Like, for example, this pool here is set to donate mana into the mana tablet. So here I've got a band of mana. I could sit there and, even if I don't own this chunk, I could drop my greater band of mana or a mana tablet onto this here, and it will go ahead and give me mana. I would be stealing that person's mana. Hey, come back. Yeah, there is just the one. That would be stealing, and that's bad. Now, even if this is set the other way around, you can still steal their mana by dropping stuff in there. So, I could just come up here and say, yep, I want some mana steal. And I just went ahead and stole some mana from that guy. That's a bad thing. Now, this is my base, because I'm not going to steal people's mana, just even for demonstration. That's a bad thing. The other option, I think, is not this one here, but this one here. You could do that and massively make, steal their stuff. Here, I'm going to stop that. I started with 16. Yeah, I quadrupled, another triple, so that's 7 times what I started with. That's stealing. Don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. And if you're found doing that on a server, you'll probably get kicked, because stealing. And then you go to hell. Let's talk about rain. No. Let's talk about machines and setups that are bad for a server. The general rule of thumb, anything that can be turned off should be turned off. So you can see behind me, Meckley did a good setup here, where all these different farms that are set up, they're all set to be off. Well, except for the snow. Snow's on. But then you can just come up here and say, yep, let's turn that off. Anything that isn't actively being used should be off. Now, if you are actively, doing stuff in Farm 1, well then fine, go ahead and use Farm 1. But if you're not there, you're going to be logging off for the day, everything should be off. That just makes the server happier. Other things like these order and resource miners, they're fantastic. Oh, I'm breaking the ground here when I'm clicking. So these should not, these are good for a server because they don't really generate any block updates. So that's good. However, you want to make sure that you're processing what's ever in the storage crates or chests or whatever you're doing, that you're not filling this up. Because if this is running and that chest is full, this produces a whole bunch of tick as it's trying to put something into the into the chest, that storage item, and it can't. You can get around that by turning these things off. They will take a redstone signal, so you could put a lever on there or put a redstone block or something. In this case, we're using these redstone receivers, so we can turn this off. And that way you're not actually producing extra tick. Now, the quantum quarries do the same thing. Never fill up whatever chest they're feeding into. That's bad. Other stuff that's a problem, you can see we've got the Applied Energistics ME network running through here, and we don't have the refined storage. Now, I really like the refined storage. I think it's fantastic. We had that set up over there, but it was causing a huge amount of tick issues on the server, and so we decided on the server to get rid of it because, you know, we wanted to be able to play. So anytime there's a mod or a item that causes issue on the server, the health of the server comes first. And so, you know, don't use stuff that causes issues. The RF Tools Builder is one example. We had rules, you know, don't use the builder to quarry things in the overworld just because of aesthetics, and we don't want to have big holes left around. But the mining world was fine, but we were finding that was taking a huge amount of tick. Again, because people had items on there, their storage was filling up, and so that was causing big issues. So we said, yep, can't use the builder for mining stuff anymore. Let's see, other stuff that causes issues. You notice that we're using things like the XNet cables here, and you know, we're storing stuff in with we're storing stuff here with an ME network. We're using the Ender chests to move stuff around. There are no Ender IO conduits anywhere on our base, and that's because they also can take tick. One of the problems with them is the way they're coded. You can put a whole bunch of cables all in the same spot, and actually, let's go to the witch farm. Let's see, home witch. Because I've done that over here. These, and I'm thinking about redoing this, but this is fairly simple. Each one of these things, if I were doing, you know, I've got redstone and items. We could also do fluid, and we could also do power, all in the same block. I love that. But each one of these is requesting information every tick. You know, do I have something that I need to push? Do I have some fluid I need to deposit? Do I have some items I need to place somewhere? Do I have, you know, some power I need to push? Every tick that's being checked for each conduit, and so if I've got all 4 in this area, that's all 4 of them. It's a big major mess. This is not chunk loaded in any way, so unless somebody's right here doing stuff, this is fairly minor. So, you know, that's why I've left this as is. But that definitely causes a problem if you have lots and lots and lots and lots of these. And so going with something like the XNet is better because the controller is the only thing that checks. So that's definitely a good thing to take a look at. And then there are some mods that just eat up way too much tick on a server. Mechanism is another one. I love a lot of the stuff that it does. The digital miner is a fantastic miner. I love that for getting resources because I can pick exactly what I want. However, Mechanism just doesn't play nicely on servers. There are too many issues that I've seen. We pretty much have banned using that on any of the FTOG servers just because it eats way too much server tick, and particularly the large multi-block items. Those seem to be the issue. So I'm over here at Night Fighter's base because I was wanting to check out what he's got here, and you know, I figured I could see what I could break. You know, there are some cool things around here I could do, and just be a pest.
Yes, sir. I think we've had a few complaints about you coming around to people's bases, breaking in, taking what you want, pretty much abusing everything. And I think it needs to stop. Do you have anything to say?
No, I don't care. What are you going to do? You can't do anything to me. Oh, yeah. See?
So I take that as you don't want to play anymore.
I'm playing all the time. I'm a YouTuber. I'm way cooler than you. Don't you understand? I'm doing fun stuff.
Take that.
Kicked. Well, I guess that brings us to number 10. Don't annoy the admins. Now, the admins on the server often are just volunteers, people that are there to help make sure the server is running smoothly, and they have more powers, like kicking people, to help make stuff work and to make sure that any arguments or complaints are taken care of. Sometimes the admins are actually the people who are paying for the server. So be nice to them, one, because they're doing a lot of wonderful work, and two, don't go out of your way to annoy them, especially when they're going out of their way to help you. Just don't be a jerk. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the FTOG community server. Maybe not getting back on. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.